Hi, everybody, and thanks for coming out. Now I'm live. Okay. Hi, everybody, and thanks for coming out. My name is Patrick Slattery, the VHS Store guy as well. Bones runs the other part of the show as well. A lot of you are probably thinking I have no idea what this channel is, and some of you may better know me as horror movie review guy. And me and Dr. Wolfula came across each other quite some time ago doing horror. And it worked out that tonight I get to have the opportunity to interview him because we both have time lined up, and it worked out great. So a lot of people have sent in some awesome questions, and we're gonna meet Dr. Wolfula, and then there's been a lot of great questions about how the show came about, and some really cool stuff that people want to ask, and I think it's really some really great questions here. And it'll be a great time with Dr. Wolfula and the creator that we'll meet later, kind of post-character interview. But first, thanks everybody for coming out. And I think Dr. Wolfula is here. Welcome, Dr. Wolfula. Thanks for coming out, man.
Greetings, I'm your host, Dr. Wolfula, and I got some Pop-Tarts right here and plenty of water in this Brita filter water bottle. Patented, or patent pending. No, I'm sure it's patented. They're a big company. How's it going, everyone? How's it going? I want to hear your questions. But first, let's discuss some stuff, Patrick.
All right, let's get, well, first of all, does the Brita filter, is there any fracking in your area? Does it filter that out?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how Brita filters work. I just know they get the bad stuff out and the good stuff in, which is the water and not the toxic filth that's surrounding us 24 hours a day.
I saw Donald Trump in the room. Perhaps we should ask him.
Oh, I'm sure he knows all about Brita filters. He knows everything about everything, especially walls. I can't wait until he erects that wall across the great United States of America. That's going to be a great day. Oh boy. I knew him in college. He was really something. Tiniest hands in the land. That's what we called him. He was such a great knitter with those tiny, tiny hands. Anyway, I keep getting sidetracked. I'm sorry.
Not a problem. Not a problem. I'm used to it, Doc. So what's Doc been up to lately, and how's October shaping up for you? Is there any sneak peeks coming up, or is it all hush hush under cover right now?
Well, right now I'm up to a Suicide Squad review. In fact, I have this interesting Tascam DR05 microphone, which has the audio recordings on it that I recorded today, and I'll be editing the audio tonight. Oh, who am I kidding here? Ghoulash is going to be editing the audio, not me. I don't do that shit. I pretty much just put in all the distracting effects, and then Ghoulash has to fix it, I guess, according to him. But yeah, Suicide Squad review this weekend, hopefully. And then a Stranger Things video, and then a Hush video, and then, well, we'll see. But so, October... Oh, were you going to say something?
Oh, no. An announcement about October today. I may have interrupted a sneak peek here.
Oh, a lot of the reason why there hasn't been many videos is because, well, lately at least, but there's plenty of videos. I mean, if you go on the channel, there's like 200 videos. That's a lot of videos. But lately, not a lot of videos. And the reason for that is, well, let me think. Oh, it's because I've been working on October. Mostly just, logos, cool shit. Not really the videos themselves, but the stuff that surrounds the videos. Trying to get that stuff sorted out, Also working on my social media. Try to make sure this is the best October that has ever happened. And, yeah. Sorry.
So, well, in all this, work that you're doing, I mean, what's the drive behind it for you, Dr. Wolfula? Why the October? I mean... Why the
October? Why the channel?
Why the channel?
There's not a whole lot to do if you're a Wolfula. Yeah, I could do evil, I guess. But, it's kind of hard. It's kind of really hard, honestly. People don't realize that horror, evil, terror, murder, destruction, it's hard to get people really on your side about that, because honestly, a lot of people are surprisingly not into that. So you kind of have to do it yourself, but at the same time, you kind of don't want to get caught. And I don't know. You got to have a hobby is what I'm saying. And I love to at least live vicariously through other horror monsters when I can't do it. Like Leatherface or Freddy Krueger. You know, they're living the dream, okay? They got it covered. They were out there in the 80s before the internet got started. Now it's just all these kids with the cameras. They're recording ghosts and shit. And people don't want to see a Wolfulite. They're not ready for people like me terrorizing them. They're just
that seems kind of lonely, and I can relate. And I lived vicariously most of my teen years thinking of women through my hands, so I understand. What's the most rewarding?
I get what you're talking about.
I know.
Yeah.
Lonely nights, but rewarding nights. So
I'll say.
I know what I'm doing. So what's the rewarding experience for a Wolfulite to go into entertainment? Why not do evil? What's the attraction? Or are you spreading a nefarious message somehow?
Well, obviously, all my videos have subliminal messages. Also, just messages like that are really positive, like "You're doing a great job, champ." But also, at the same time, I'm sending messages that say, "I want you to subjugate all in my path." Okay, all right. But also, you're doing a great job, champ. Keep at it.
I don't buy for a second that you're putting in some watch his show now messages in your show. That's ridiculous. What's the general process? I mean, like, how do you and Ghoulash divide it up? Like, you're saying he edits, but he looks like there's mental abuse going on between you and Ghoulash. There's a love-hate relationship.
Well, I can't really say. You know, Ghoulash, he likes to exaggerate. He likes to play the victim. If you notice, in all the videos, they're really just because he's editing it all. So he's making me to look like some kind of monster. And I am a monster, but I'm not that kind of monster, okay? That's what I'm trying to get here. But yeah, I'm trying to seem like a great guy, and he's cutting out all the parts where, you know, I put him on vacation. I mean, sure, I thought the vacation was going to be him getting tortured, but, you know, some people are into that. There's an audience for anything, okay? I don't know what I'm saying right now. I just know that Ghoulash, he's my personal assistant. I made him in a lab, and that's pretty much it, okay? That's all I'm going to say.
Recently, I heard that Ghoulash has been kind of complaining about a pay raise. What's the deal with this?
What the hell are you talking? I don't pay him. Oh, yeah. Wait. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Wait. Oh, of course. A pay raise. Well, of course, I entertain the thought. But, you know, just so you know, I'm eating a Pop-Tart right now, which is kind of inappropriate. But anyway, I entertain the thought of raising his pay. His pay. Just so you know, I'm doing air quotes right now. You can't see it, but ignore the air quotes, actually, because I do pay him. I pay him. Okay, no, never mind. But yeah, I pay him. But, you know, he needs to really get his shit together before I can actually consider him non-freelance. To me, even though I designed him for a specific purpose, working for me, to me, he's still freelance. Like, he can leave anytime he wants. He just chooses to keep coming back, doing assignments, and yeah, okay?
How would you describe Dr. Wolfula looking at yourself as a character?
A character? What the hell are you talking about? I'm not a character.
I know. You're real. We all believe you. But if you were doing what is Dr. Wolfula about?
What is Dr. Wolfula about? Now, I like that kind of question. You know, I'm all about a nice brandy to cap off the evening. You know, a leisure suit. Maybe when I want to go out, you know, pick up all kinds of ladies. And I mean all kinds of ladies. Like, some of these ladies, they're not really alive. And some of them, you know, they might not even be ladies. I don't know. I have trouble distinguishing human beings from each other, okay? But the point is, I live the life of a playboy. All right? I live the life of a playboy. It's not all murder, mayhem, and I guess complaining about movies all the time. Sometimes I like to kick back, relax, and enjoy, a nice metropolitan magazine. Just lie back, read that.
One thing I have no idea about is how old are you, Dr. Wolfula? Are you 50, 60? Are you timeless? How old are Wolfulites? How long do they go?
I mean, it's hard to explain. I mean, it's hard to explain being ageless to someone who can age. It's kind of like describing the age of the universe. I mean, you could do it, but I mean, why would you do it? Like, seriously, dude, why would you do it? But anyway, yeah, I'm older than the universe, but that's not because I predate the universe or anything like that. It's kind of complicated, okay? But, there's all of these different universes, and this universe has only been around for a few weeks. I don't want to alarm you. This universe has only been around for a few weeks. Last universe, it kind of got fucked up, and I kind of jumped into this universe at the last second with Ghoulash, and we've been living here. It's you guys have these memories that are just there, but you've only been around for a few weeks, and we've been reaping in the benefits, all right? Reaping in the rewards. But yeah, I'm actually, I guess you could say I'm 36. I don't know. Or 50 or 53. 53 or 36. I don't know. Like, kind of same age to me, at least. Wolfulite years are kind of weird. They kind of fluctuate.
Like
so sometimes I have the personality of I'd say a vivacious 20-year-old, but then sometimes I have the wisdom of a 63. It depends.
So I'm just looking at the chat room here, and I'm trying to keep track as best I can, but it's really flowing. So, but I've seen some people bring up a couple of the usual topics. So. About horror, and it revolves around Halloween and things like that. So everybody always likes to chat about that, I guess. It's a horror channel. Not this particular channel, but your channel. What are your general thoughts on, I guess, I just saw on there Halloween, like just overall as a series, how it works, and what are your thoughts about them bringing it back, and what the hell should they do with the story?
That's a really complex question. Okay, let me think. Halloween, I'd say it's kind of the ultimate horror movie in a way. It's not my absolute favorite horror movie, but it's up there. But to me, it's like the ultimate horror movie because it's just about something you can really identify with. I guess if you're a weak human, I don't know. I can't necessarily identify with it, but I dig what it's doing, where you just sort of living your life, you're walking around, doing your normal, everyday routine, and then this guy in a mask, jumpsuit, and there's fucking dudes doing fireworks outside. Are you fucking kidding me? It's not even, it's August. God damn it, what the hell? Okay, goddamn kids. I'm gonna try to do this and ignore the fireworks. Alright, anyway, so you're doing your normal routine, and then a guy in a mask and a fashionable jumpsuit starts just stalking you for no reason. He escaped from a lunatic asylum. Doesn't really matter that much. All you know is that you don't want that guy walking your way anytime soon. You don't want him following you home, knowing where you live. And then he kills your friends, and he comes after you. And that's very simple, and I like that. It's very simple, nothing complicated, no thorn cult, no family tree lineage or whatever, no fucking white horse. White horse! I can't believe they did that. Why would they do that?
I don't even get, I actually still don't get, it's been explained to me many times, and I'm not buying it, but I think it was just an insert for his wife, but yeah. So, I mean, like, but you didn't like anything concerning the Thorn trilogy at all?
Well, I don't consider the Thorn trilogy necessarily a trilogy. I consider Halloween 4 a movie that didn't have anything to do with Thorn, and just had the family tree plot. And
Yeah,
I'm okay with the family tree plot. It's okay. You know, it's not as easy to identify with because most people are not the relatives of a serial killer, but most people can be chased by a random serial killer. Like, it feels more random when it's just a guy in a mask who's stalking you for no particular reason. Like, he's not just kind of echoing something he did when he was fucking 6. Was he 6? I think he was 6. Let's say he was 6 when he stabbed his sister. I'm not sure.
That's usually the age people do it.
Yeah, I've seen it happen. I mean, I stabbed people when I was born. Like, I was just like, okay, what do I do first? Well, there's this scalpel right here, and there's this guy. He's trying to spank me. I'll just stab him right in the jugular, and okay, there we go. And happy baby boy, Dr. Wolfula. And just so you know, I earned the title Dr. Wolfula by killing that doctor. I think that's how it works, right? That's how you get your doctorate. You kill a doctor, and it just passes down to the person who killed him. And somebody mentioned in the chat MASH. I don't know. They just said the word MASH.
Yeah, I saw MASH.
That's a great show. Anyway,
Alan Alden. Actually, I went in school. It was just a blur of MASH. But anyways,
Alan Alda is an American hero. Just gonna make that comment, but go ahead.
I love the guy. Whatever happened to Radar? The guy that played Radar.
Oh, he basically just left. He just left. That was it. He on the show they basically said, "Yeah, you can go home now, Radar." And he's like, "Okay." And he left his teddy bear there, and that was the end of Radar. He was not appearing on the show for a while because the actor had a family, and they kept explaining, "Oh, he's on leave. He has vacation days." And I was like, how much vacation do you get as a fucking soldier in a war? So eventually they just had to say, okay, yeah, let's just have him leave permanently. We can't keep saying he's on vacation. It just seems like, being in the army is a whole lot of vacation days, and going to Seoul where you get or going to Tokyo even, where you get have sex with all these geishas and hang out in the jacuzzi all day. Like, no, it's not like that at all. So yeah, they got rid of him eventually.
Yeah, the thing about MASH is the second that song starts playing, I can't get it out of my head for 4 hours. It just drives me nuts. But
suicide is painless. It brings on many changes, and I can take or leave it if I please. All right, go ahead. Now it's stuck in your head. Deal with it.
Well, I was just gonna let you complete the ballad. So I'm just trying to follow along as best I can with the chat. Just to get some of the...
No, it's pointless at this point.
It's moving a little fast.
We'll deal with the chat at a later point. I just want to get all your discussion stuff out of the way.
Absolutely. Okay, so a lot of questions came in. So I wanted to jump towards that because where'd the other piece of paper go? Oh, there we go. And they came in through Twitter and the VHS Store Facebook page, and some were floating around. So one comes in, Luke from Confused Reviews, just wants to know.
Oh, I know this guy.
You do. How did you come up with the character? This is being directed towards whomever you wish. And what's the inspiration behind Dr. Wolfula?
Oh, how did I come up with Ghoulash? I was kind of eating Ghoulash at the time, and he looked like a ghoul, and I was like, hey, I'm great at puns, all right? So I'm going to name the zombie guy Ghoulash. And I threw the goulash in his fucking face, and I was like, eat it! And, a friendship was born, all right? He doesn't like to think of it as a friendship. He likes to think of it as a kidnapping. But you can't be kidnapped when you're, as soon as you were created. So it's not a kidnapping. An abduction might be. But then again, he's my property. I mean, it's like he belongs to no one. He's not an individual. I don't know what he's talking about. So, yeah, I just need an assistant. So I created Ghoulash. I don't know why I decided to make a dude. I'm not into that. But he was the only thing that stayed alive. I don't know what. I tried all these different dead bodies. Of course, bunch of ladies first, and they just wouldn't stay alive. Like, they just sort of exploded after a while. But then Ghoulash came to life, and I was like, okay, he will be my murderous minion and stuff. But he wouldn't kill anything, though. So I would have preferred if he died. And very disappointing. I just want to say that.
What's the best way to address Ghoulash? I've spoken with Ghoulash in the past, and it's always a little bit awkward. I'm never really sure what to say to the guy.
Well, I mean, he's had it rough. He lost his parents because he never had parents, so he's had a rough time with that. You know, I don't know why he's having a rough time with losing his parents if he's never had parents. I don't know. It's very complicated. But yeah, you know, he's had a rough childhood because he didn't have a childhood. I don't know how you can have a rough child. His logic is very strange sometimes when he's telling me these things that he's never had any of it. So I guess maybe the thing that's bugging him is the fact that he hasn't really had much of a life. He's basically being dead, but forced to do stuff. Like, that's the worst thing you could ever do. How would you feel? I guess, how would you feel if you were brought back to life and you were forced to do errands for the rest of your death? Like, that's all you, like, okay, you like dug up and then you have to do errands. I guess that's kind of shitty, but you know, it's
so to sum him up.
Some people don't do anything after they're dead. Some people just lie there, not being used. Like, that's not cool. Being an undead minion, that's pretty. I don't want to say awesome, but you know, it's something.
Do you feel he owes you something for bringing him back?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's in debt, okay? He's in some serious debt. Because I'm a doctor, remember? And guess what? He doesn't have insurance because I made him without insurance. I made him specifically without an insurance policy set up. So he has a lot of money down the drain just from being created. It's a serious racket, you know, making a Frankenstein monster. You know, it's not just you just get this thing forever. It's so cool. I recommend it to anyone. Of course, you have to figure out how to do it, but that's not that hard.
It kind of reminds me of The Prophecy in a way. Are you the angel Gabriel?
Are you talking about A Prophecy in general, or a film, The Prophecy? I haven't seen that. Did it have Christopher Walken in it? I'm not sure.
It did, and he brings back people from the dead, basically, and doesn't let them die, and they gotta basically do what he wants until he decides they get to die.
You know, it's similar. I mean, I'm not saying I'm Christopher Walken or anything. I mean, I think I can do quite a good Christopher Walken impression. I don't want to brag. No, I don't want to. Oh, okay.
All right. Let's hear you go.
Hello, I'm Christopher Walken. Hello, everyone. See, it's, you know, I can't do it in front of people, but it's great. It's an amazing impression. You just trust me on that, okay?
I did put you on the spot there. It's hard.
Yeah. I have to prepare myself properly, okay?
That's true. That's a little on the spot.
Don't. But I mean, you knew who I was because I said who I was. All right.
That's an awesome movie. So, out of all the movies coming out right now, I made predictions on HMRG, and they just were totally wrong. What was going to come out on top? But so far this year, what are your thoughts on? Well, actually, what are your thoughts on what's going on with Star Wars coming up this Christmas? And any highlight, winter horror films this year so far? I picked The Boy, and I don't know. So it was good, but it was not that great.
Well, I guess, are we starting with Rogue One?
No. I mean, is that episode 8?
No, this year it's Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
They're not doing episode 8 this year on Christmas?
No, that's next year.
Oh, whoa.
But they are doing a new Star Wars movie every year. It's just not necessarily the episode ones.
Yeah, I know they're going to tail off with Han, right? They're going to have him, or no, they're going to tail off with Obi-Wan, like a spinoff, I think, too. So
I mean, I know the only other spinoff that's currently in production is the Han Solo little kid movie. I assume they're going to make him a little kid. I just know they're going to say, hey, let's see Han Solo as a 11-year-old. I know they casted a guy who's in his 20s, but they're probably going to do some CGI to make him look 11, because I when I think of Star Wars, I think I want to see Darth Vader as an 11-year-old. All right, I just make that happen. Okay, I don't care how it happens. I just want to see that horrifying menace to the whole galaxy as this little 11-year-old boy that I can hug and love and squeeze and just hang out and talk about video games and shit. I want to see him as that, not as the horrifying, iconic, evil bad guy that
I just got razzed.
To the
I
galaxy.
just got a little razz by Eric from the Death Twitch. Hey man, thanks for showing up too. Yeah, I got to get my Star Wars in order, my trivia in order. I'm a strictly film guy. I'm not familiar with the games or the only game I've ever played was the N64 one, whatever that was. What was the Empire?
The Shadows of the Empire?
Yeah, that's what the one where you're, I don't know, you jump off a mountain, you have a jetpack and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much every Star Wars game. Actually, all the Star Wars movie, they climb up a mountain and they use a jetpack. It's I don't know how they were able to make a whole series based on that concept, but damn, they really made it work just climbing a mountain. I'm sorry, I'm messing with you.
Oh yeah, he's got memories of that. But no, I'm pretty pumped about that. Yeah, as far as like horror movies that came out this year, a lot of people saying The Boys sucked. People have different opinions on what was it, The Forest. I haven't been out to see too much this summer, and earlier on I caught a couple different ones, but I haven't seen any clear cut this rock type of thing. I don't know. I've just been hearing Star Wars talk mostly, but it doesn't seem like a very special year for horror movies.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything. The only horror movie that I might see Blair Witch in theaters just to get the, I don't know. I think it looks pretty bad, but I just want to see what it's like. And to me, the closest thing to a great horror movie I saw this year was 10 Cloverfield Lane. That was pretty cool, but it wasn't really a horror movie. Actually, I guess you can kind of count it as a horror movie. Did you see it?
No, I haven't. What were your thoughts on John Goodman, though? Because the trailer,
John Goodman was horrifying. That's why I consider it a horror movie, because of John Goodman. And his performance, it's just really creepy. Like, it's genuinely creepy. So, yeah, that's totally a horror movie, especially how he, just turns into this monster towards the end. Yeah, it's a horror movie. I consider that a horror movie. That best horror movie this year. And, Stranger Things, kind of a horror series, a bit. That's a great show. Did you see that?
I haven't. I've been seeing people post this up on, they're doing name changes and things like that on Facebook and, banners and stuff like that. Is that what that's about? Because I have not heard.
I guess so. I haven't seen that, but
I've been out of the loop this summer, so I have no idea what's going on in the world. Yeah, no, I've been seeing that around. I have no idea what that's about, and I'm yet to catch up on anything concerning Suicide Squad. I've been basically buried in VHS tapes, so I'm stuck pretty much on my channel from 2003. Yeah, I'm back in the past. I don't know. What are your thoughts on retro shows?
Retro style shows?
Yeah.
I'm afraid of Stranger Things becoming popular, though, because we already have all these fucking things that are throwbacks to other things from the 80s especially, and I think maybe we'll be getting throwbacks to the 90s soon too, and I feel like that can get a little out of hand because Stranger Things made it work, but I'm afraid we're going to end up with a lot of shows that take place in the 80s just to take place in the 80s, and it's just going to be like, what if Star Wars took place in a small town during the 80s, and we have this empire that's invading a small town or whatever, just like a strange hodgepodge of things that take place during a time period that gets people nostalgic. Hopefully, all the retro stuff is handled well, and we won't end up with just garbage.
Yeah, I know. Even a lot of the anticipation is, excuse me, that I've been hearing is Halloween 3, when's it coming out, the delay.
I'm hoping that with Stranger Things, Halloween, they basically say, people dig this John Carpenter style score. Let's not only have John Carpenter score this. Let's actually try to make this a good movie, like, seriously, because that score on Stranger Things is so John Carpenter style, and it's pretty fucking great.
Yeah, and sometimes, like, things being a little bit more simplistic is better. But, yeah, excuse me. And I'm seeing Jeepers Creepers 3 come up a lot in here. That coming out. But it still feels like they're just kind of trying to recapture an era that you really can't, because it's in the context of that time. You know what I mean? So by all means, bring them back. I'll watch them. I'm gonna go. I'd be lying if I said no. But it's weird. It just seems like they're trying to, like, A Nightmare on Elm Street 4 has a very distinctive feel for a reason because of its environment, in my opinion. And to try to recapture that, I think you should just come up with, it doesn't mean you have to separate yourself from the idea of the story, but completely new characters. Why even go with Freddy? That was always my argument. Why not a new character, but still remain, I don't know, take the Dream Demon angle, the floating sperm, and just roll with that,
I don't know if I ever want to see that flaming sperm again, but
yeah, I don't think we need to see it, but but like roll with that, you know what I mean? It just seems like they're clinging on to something from, the past.
Well, no, I feel like you should remain, like, to me, I want Michael Myers to continue being in the Halloween series. I want more Halloween movies. But the thing is, I want Michael Myers to be kind of like a stone set in place. He never changes across time or anything. He's exactly the same, but everything around him is changing. Like, there's new characters, there's new location, there's new everything. But there's always a guy named Michael Myers. He's wearing that specific outfit, and he's doing exactly the same thing, but in new, different ways, with new characters, with new situations, or something like that. Or a TV show. That would be kind of cool. I posted a Photoshop picture of, like, Liam Neeson as fucking Dr. Loomis, and I don't know, just for fun, and I'm like, it'd be a cool TV show. Just a Dr. Loomis show where he's after Michael Myers. That'd be kind of cool.
Actually, that would be kind of cool.
My point is, just take it into new places, like a TV series that's an actually good TV series, not like something for teenagers, like actually good show, or, do something new with the movies. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, actually, I think that's a great idea. Like, it'd be really neat if they had, like, Dr. Loomis sit down and like, kind of go through the chronicles and focus on him, and, like, getting in depth into Mike's psyche and, like, what he's kind of reading off him, which is almost nothing but just his projections and stuff. I think that'd be really cool. It's too bad they can go and do a younger direction, or a younger angle, I guess, or I don't know if they can want to bring back McDowell for it.
I'd say the problem with the... Oh, are we about to say something?
So no. Is that feedback or something? It sounds like a different voice.
Oh, I don't know.
Spooky.
Do I sound different?
No.
Okay, well, whatever. I think the problem with, like, something like Halloween is that it's, like, not owned by a major studio or anything. It kind of changes hands, and nobody is all that interested in making it because it's, like, iconic, but it's not. There's not like it's not like Michael Myers is all over the place like Jason or Freddy. He doesn't have a studio that's really pushing his relevance. So you're kind of stuck with, maybe they'll make a movie, and hopefully it won't be direct to video. We don't know. Like, I don't know.
What are your thoughts? Okay, so actually, I came up with one thing. I thought this might be fun. So I figured I'll just do it on the spot. I won't write stuff down. I'm just going to do, like, a rapid fire question, either or type of thing. So, all right, here we go. Monster Squad remake or sequel, yes or no?
Yeah, they could do a sequel. Maybe they could do a remake if they could actually get, like, the 80s horror movie icons this time around. But then again, they would probably be R-rated, and to me, Monster Squad would probably work best as a PG-13, but I don't know, maybe they could make it work. Cut down on the gore. But yeah, like, have, like, Jason, Freddy, Michael show up instead of the 1930s, 1940s characters. Make it something for modern day kids, I guess. Or then again, modern day kids don't really have Freddy or Jason or anything like that. Today they have kids with cameras that record videos of ghosts, and then that gets cut together into a movie. But you know, no one wants to see a monster squad with like people with cameras and ghosts. No, they want to see actual monsters. So yeah, there's a few different ways you can make Monster Squad work. Yeah.
Rapid fire question 2. Okay, Kevin Bacon possibly playing the next Freddy Krueger. Good idea or bad idea?
Yeah, I saw that, and to me, I mean, if he did it, that would at least say to me that there's some confidence that would be an okay movie. Like, I don't think he'd just be like, yeah, I'll play Freddy Krueger, and they get like just some kind of random dude to write the script in like a day, and then they give it to him, and he's like, yeah, well, this is kind of shitty, but all right, I'll still play Freddy Krueger. Like, you know, so yeah, I kind of like to see more big actors do horror movies instead of just random people all the time, because that at least would tell me that they're going to actually try to make a good movie. Like, because horror is just always seen as just this shitty thing, except in retrospect when it turns out it's good. Like, it's always like you hear it all the time, all the classic horror movies today, you know, no one believed in them, and they were panned by critics usually. But then you find out, oh wait, they're iconic now, but it's too late for anyone like major to really do anything with it all these years later. Like,
yeah, and Jackie Earle Haley, like I think he got a bad rap on that, but
that was he was a good choice for Freddy, but I don't know. It just felt like he didn't have a good script. I would still like to see him do it again because he's a great choice.
Yeah,
he's an Oscar winner. He's an Oscar winner or an Oscar nominee. He's one of the two. But yeah, he was a great choice, but he just didn't do a great job in the movie, mostly because he didn't have a good script. It was kind of just a retread of the first film, but he's like blatantly a pedophile this time. To me, I like it better when Freddy's just a child killer, because to me that's the only pleasure he really gets is from killing. Like, he kind of likes to terrorize people by getting sexual sometimes, but to me he's like attracted to adult people, but he loves killing kids. Like, that's his major thing. But as far as like you never see him getting all sexual in any of the movies with a kid or anything. Like, it's always like hot women that are adults.
Yeah.
Or older teenagers.
And I kind of feel like Haley got kind of nailed with a bad script, and that's exactly it. He just got nailed with a bad script and what he wanted him to do, because I thought he did an excellent job, and you can't beat Robert Englund. The thing I find neat, though, is that if Kevin Bacon comes back, it's just kind of neat that he was in the first Friday the 13th movie, and now he's crossing over, and now he could possibly be the icon again. And I think he could do it.
You think Robert Englund would come back?
No, Kevin Bacon. Like, it would be kind of neat, like him coming, because he was in the first Friday, to come back to Elm Street. I just think that'd be kind of a cool connection. And I really think that he could pull it off. And I like his age and his face.
Well, I mean, then again, Kevin Bacon doesn't really look at the first Friday for the 13th movie all that fondly. He usually just slags it off in interviews. But I didn't actually read the thing that he said that Kevin Bacon said he wanted. Like, was he just joking around, or was he like actually seemed to be serious about it?
I saw it in one of the horror groups. Let me
actually check that out. I'm going to do a little research. Let's see what Kevin Bacon said. I'm going to see if he was talking bullshit or if he was actually serious. He actually wanted to fucking play Freddy. Let's see. Bloody Disgusting. Let's see his quote. And what do we got? If A Nightmare on Elm Street gets rebooted again, can we please somehow get Kevin Bacon as Freddy? I think he'd be fantastic. And then Kevin Bacon said, I like the way you think, Betty. Okay, I mean, it seemed enthusiastic about it, but then again, maybe he could have just been joking around with one of his fans. I don't know.
I don't know. But maybe he's dropping kind of a hint to the...
I've never seen him in a movie where I would say he's perfect as a child-killing burn victim, but,
that was...
Good work, I suppose.
What are your thoughts on... Like, when you're looking... Actually, I'll get to that question. I'll do just finish this up, and then I'd like to I was going to say to the crowd or everybody that's here, there were some questions that came in from a lot of you concerning the creator behind all of this, and I'm going to get to that in just a bit, and then kind of play around with the crowd and see what everybody's asking. Try to get to as much as we can, I guess. And so let's see here. So the Kevin Bacon thing. All right, so we're on that. And then what else is coming out? We got another Hellraiser coming out.
Oh yeah, but that one, the new Hellraiser, it's still another thing where it doesn't have the blessing of Clive Barker, and it doesn't have they didn't bring back Pinhead because they don't want to show him the script before he signs on. Like, why would anyone sign on to a movie if they haven't seen the script unless they're desperate? But this guy is Pinhead. He's the star of the movie. He should see the, like, of course he's not going to sign on. It's fucking dumb how they keep doing that. Like, oh yeah, let's get the star of the movie to fucking sign on to this film blindly, like spend a year of his life working on this fucking movie and then have it turn out to be shitty. Like, no. Yeah, go ahead.
That's a weird. They're not presenting it. Okay, that's bizarre. So, I don't know. It just seems like everything coming up in the future keeps getting.
Well, the thing is, they wanted to pay him very little, and he also couldn't see the script, which, that's not fun. No one wants to do that.
Yeah, because what are you investing yourself in, right? You don't even know.
You're investing yourself in shit. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, and you could be crushing your career too. You don't know what you're walking. Yeah, it's like, do you want this job? We're not going to tell you what it is. But, so, you know what I mean? So that's kind of, let's see. I'm just looking through this. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to turn it over. So
it's sort of like you're being paid to do money. And then,
sorry?
but it's sort of like if you got paid to do, if you got paid to do something, but they don't tell you what you're going to do. They're just like, here's a few $100,000. All right. We'll tell you what you have to do a little later. See you later.
Yeah, exactly.
See you later.
Or like, take this package over there, and we're not going to tell you what's in it. Yeah, no, I wanted to, I guess, just take this segment to, thank you for bringing out, or thank Dr. Wolfula for coming out. A lot of questions came in regarding the channel itself and how it came about, and they're really good questions because it's obviously a lot of people are here because it's an entertaining, hilarious show, and the spontaneity. It's very quick-witted, and a lot of people love it. So a lot of people have questions that came in. So I was wondering if the creator of the show was around and we could speak with him.
Creator of the show? What the?
I'm just there's this rumored guy that might know something about the creation, Jack Stickman.
I mean, I hang out. I mean, there's this guy who's sort of hangs out sometimes. I don't really talk to him that much, but his name is Sid. I mean, he can talk for 5 minutes. I mean, I only give him 5 minutes. You can ask him whatever you want, and that'll be it. And then I'll be back, and then we'll talk about. Then we'll go through the chat, and I'll talk a bunch of random questions, whatever you want to do. But yeah, okay. If you want to talk to this guy over here, and all right, let me just get out of let me get the headphones off, and
okay. So
hey, get over here. Ooh. Yeah. Yep. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Stop picking your nose. Get over here. All right. Oh boy, what's going on? What is happening over here? I never get to talk to anybody or do anything. What?
I've only been rumored to have heard of you. I always get talk with Dr. Wolfula over whatever, but I finally get to talk to you. This is Sid.
Yes, this is
Sid.
Yes, my name is Sid. I haven't really been spoken to by name in months.
You've been.
I thought people had forgotten about me. Like, what year is it?
I'm not sure. I've had a blurry summer. That's my Max says 2016.
2016?
No joke.
Wow, I didn't think we'd have 2016 years. That's crazy. Whoa, it's a lot of years. I don't know why I brought that up, but so are you with the news? Like, are they looking for me?
No. There's you're a person of interest. That's all it's been reported.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've apparently been missing for months. Like, I kind of lost hope that people were looking for me. Like, are you with the police then, or like what's going on?
I'm not, but I have some writings here.
Are you? I mean, okay. Let me get down to brass tacks. Are you gonna help me out of here, or are we just gonna fucking around right now?
Okay. I gotta get these questions through, and then so be patient. You've been rumored to exist, and apparently these questions are directed towards you. We'll solve the rest later. But apparently people are dying to know. So to the best of your knowledge, how are these how can I bring this? How do these videos get decided upon? Like what's the choice process before you do a film or choose to do a video? How do you make that decision? And what do you look for? Like what do you generally look for to pick when you're deciding on your next video?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess I do kind of pick the movies for them. I mean, it's pretty much they kind of just tell me, you there, get a movie, and then I kind of just pick whatever I think would look cool, maybe people might be interested in. I don't appreciate being called you. Like, I have a name. Like,
well, Sid.
You know, I'm
right?
handling this pretty well. I have to admit. I've been here for months. You should have seen me when this whole business started. It was but you know, I kind of have to admit I have a bit of a Stockholm syndrome going for me right now. It's but
at least it's becoming a safe place.
Yeah, well, it's not. Well, okay, let's not say it's safe. Let's not.
Stockholm.
It's not safe. There's glass all over the place. I don't have any shoes. That's if you think that's safe, then you need to fix your coffee table, mister. All right?
Will do.
Yeah.
So a bunch of people apparently have been rumored to think, apparently you do exist. So we have some questions here, and there's some decisions being made. Charlie Hughes, who has a channel on YouTube, sorry if I get this wrong, DERENZO227. He says, should they do a Freddy versus Ash? Should Ash versus Jason have been done back in the day? I'm not I'm guessing if it was more suitable for an earlier time. I guess that's what he's driving at.
I find it very strange the police wants to know this kind of information. Like, I would think that they'd want to know where I am. Like,
oh, we already know that. No, we got that in our database.
Oh, okay, but should there be a Ash versus? Should there have been an Ash versus Jason versus Freddy?
He mentioned Freddy. Just he said back in the day. I wasn't aware of the comics and stuff like that's what I.
Yeah, I mean, I heard about that, but I mean, they didn't do it because there just wasn't all that much interest in. Because like Ash was such a niche character at the time. Like he had 3 movies, and he's a cult figure. But there's nobody's gonna go to see a movie if they don't know who Ash is. Like he's such a cult character, and Bruce Campbell's not gonna show up for another Evil Dead movie where he has to deal with Freddy and Jason. Like he probably doesn't know anything about those characters. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but it would have been interesting. But I don't.
All right, we got some more questions here for you, sir. Before we move on,
I thought you were going to ask me questions about how am I going to get out of here. Like,
well, this is the quickest way. We need to ask you a few questions first. Mike Schenkel, Horror Ninja, just wants to know for no particular reason. Do you watch horror movies even without reviewing? Which I assume you do.
Do I watch horror movies without reviewing them?
Like, do you watch horror movies and
sometimes yeah, I mean, I watch horror movies without reviewing them. Like, it's not like I'm just watching movies and then I gotta make there would be tons of videos if that was the case, or I wouldn't watch any movies because I'd have to. Well, I gotta make a review. Then again, I don't know why I'm talking about this. Like, it's such a strange shit. Because, yeah, I mean, I kind of do make all their videos. Like, they just have me write them and stuff and hit me. Okay. I don't know.
So I guess that's where we'll go with this. Just a few more questions, and then.
But yeah, they definitely let me watch all the movies I want. Like, actually, it's kind of nice here. I mean, there is a lot of broken glass, but it's also just like an open bar of champagne and caviar. Like, I have very mixed emotions about being abducted because it's a very dangerous place. But they really do know how to take care of you. You know.
Well, that's hospitality. The horror show, formerly Brian Gatto, wants to know what video did you enjoy doing the most and why?
What?
So far on your channel, what video have you enjoyed doing the most and why? Or Ghoulash and such, or writing.
Obviously, the Scooby-Doo video. I mean, who wouldn't want to spend, the 40-minute long? I mean, that was one of the few times I had fun being held captive. I got to spend so much time with all these Scooby-Doo clips, assembling them into this 40-minute long review that way too many people watched, apparently. And yeah, that was nice. And actually, I've been here longer than that, longer than a few months, apparently. I've apparently been here for years. This is not boding well for me.
And sorry, just a small correction. That's Horror Show Entertainment. And the next question is from That Horror Show. Sorry, they're very similar names. From Cecil. And he actually just has a quick breakdown of really good questions here. So there's 4 really quick ones that we'll roll through. One, how often do you record? And roughly how long does it take on average each video?
All right, why are you asking me these? I don't record anything. What are you talking about? This is very weird. I mean, you can ask Dr. Well, I'm not even. I thought you were gonna ask me like, well, are you gonna save me? But apparently, you're just fucking dicking around. I don't. Obviously, this is an interview. I thought this was a rescue, but this is just disappointing. Okay, I'm out of here.
All
right. Back in business. What did I miss? Oh, okay, I knocked down so much shit. And don't complain about the glass on the floor. It's there to keep rats out, okay?
So we briefly got to meet this rumored Sid, who claims to be writing the videos for you.
That is bullshit, dude. That is bullshit. I mean, maybe he reads the scripts, which I write in crayon. I'm very particular about it, and maybe he converts it. He's like a stenographer in a court, more like that. Yeah. He had a YouTube channel. I did a hostile takeover of it by abducting him. Now it's my YouTube channel. I wish I knew how to change the title of the channel, but here we are. I changed it to Dr. Wolfula is King, but I can't do that because I don't know how to do it. That's why I stole the YouTube channel. I don't know how to set up a YouTube channel. That's hard.
So, well, we're going to work on his rescue. I'm concerned about this, Sid.
Wait, what? Okay. You're raising some red flags here. Rescue? What are you talking about?
I'm just repeating what Sid said.
Okay, well.
This is all recorded and live. So maybe you can answer. Maybe.
This is not turning out to be the fun Saturday night I was hoping it would be.
This is going to end up in handcuffs. But perhaps maybe you can answer some questions here on behalf of how it works. Dr. Wolfia, do you have any advice on what to avoid when creating a YouTube channel? Any advice for a new content creator?
Any advice for a new content creator? Well, I'd say just, I'd say be patient because nobody's going to watch your videos at first, not even your own friends and family, unless they really, really like you for some reason, but I doubt that. But yeah, just kind of keep at it, and eventually, hopefully, if you keep at it, you keep improving, you find new and interesting material to work with, eventually you'll find an audience. Don't expect it to happen overnight. You're going to be making stuff, no one's going to watch it, you're going to feel a little upset about it, but eventually, if you play your cards right, son or daughter, then again, I don't know anyone who uses the expression daughter, like, No, they always say, "That's how it's done, son." They don't say, "That's how it's done, daughter." Daughter's way too long of a word. Probably why. But yeah, if you play your cards right, everything will work out. And if it doesn't, just do something else, because you might be kind of shitty at YouTube videos or something like that. I don't know.
Is there anything that you think people should avoid as a if they're new to YouTube? Is there anything that they should avoid? Any warnings or
Anything?
things to prepare for?
Well, yeah, I'd say avoid quick fixes. Like if somebody gives you an email and they say, "Hey, we represent a fucking YouTube network or whatever," probably don't want to do that, because they kind of just want your money. They're not going to really do anything for you. You're just going to feel like a fucking dummy. I didn't do that, but I just did my research, and everybody says, yeah, these YouTube networks, they take all your money and they don't give you any new subscribers. So avoid that. Avoid quick fixes. Just work on the videos. Do it all yourself.
Is there any specific things that you think you can single out that brought attention to your show and made people notice the creativity and the humor?
I just like to mention that I noticed that the view count dropped when Sid was in the video. Oh man, that's pretty funny. Now it's up again. Pretty hilarious. But what was your question again?
Any specific things that you can single out that brought attention to your show, you think, that people are most attracted to, and concerning like the humor and everything like that?
I mean, I'd probably say the chair. It's a pretty nice chair. It looks pretty cool. Not a lot of people have chairs in their videos. I notice a lot of people these days, they just stand up, or they have like one of those rinky-dink tiny desk chair things that you can't really see in the video. So it looks like they're just sort of sitting in midair or something. I want to be able to tell that this guy is sitting down, and he's sitting down comfortably in a designer chair. That's what I want to see in a video most of all. In fact, that's the reason why I make these videos. I want to give people the experience of watching a guy sitting down and maybe talking or maybe doing nothing. I think one of these days I'm going to try out a video where I'm just sitting down. I might, politely murmur about asking how great their day is. They can't respond to me, of course. But, give them the Dr. Wolfula experience, what it's like to hang out with me. That might be interesting. And then I'll pretend to say stuff like, "Oh, so you met Arnold Schwarzenegger today. That's kind of cool, I guess. How is he?" And I'll just go on this conversation, and it'll be wonderful.
Here's an interesting question from, it's now called the Late Late Horror Show, and it's formerly Little Monsters Movie Podcast, who I think you might be familiar with. And the question was, that show is a terrific podcast show, and it's a different type of format. What are your thoughts on different kinds of video reviewing formats, or even entertainment platforms like podcasts versus jump cut type of things versus trailer releases, or more plot-driven things, kind of like yourself, or I Don't Do It, You Do with characters, but just those different types of avenues. What are your thoughts on all those different kinds of platforms? And obviously you favor what you do well, and just your general thoughts.
Well, different is always better. Just find, I'd say just find, there's a lot of different ways you can make videos. Just find what you're most comfortable with. Like, don't try to do something that another guy does just because it's popular, Try to just, not that I'm fucking original or whatever, but just try to find the thing that's right for you because it's right for you, not because it's right for some other guy. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. You can do it where it's all voiceovers. You don't even have to appear in the video. You can make it work with just your voice if you're not comfortable with being on a camera. Like some people have said that. You don't have to be on a camera, or you can be completely on a camera and do a vlog. But just so you know, people don't want to watch a guy that they don't necessarily know yet just sitting in front of a camera talking about a movie. So You either want to make a vlog style video short, or you want to have some clips playing over what you're saying, especially if you're kind of making up the video as you're going along and it's not written.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things you need to keep in mind. You basically want to make sure, because if we're talking just about videos, you want to make sure you have, because a podcast, that's good because you can do stuff while you're doing it. But if you're making a video, though, you got to make sure people are looking at stuff that's different all the time. It's not just the same thing over time. That's key. You kind of want to keep people interested visually. That's
I agree.
all I can really say. But podcasts, you kind of just want to make sure you got your topics. I mean, I don't really do podcasts. Just make sure you got all your topics set up and you got great chemistry with whoever you're talking about, and you try to figure out a good platform. Which YouTube, it can be a little tricky, I've found, with podcasts, because people have difficulty taking that with them, because people want to take a podcast on the go, but they can't really do it with YouTube all that well because of fucking data usage on their phones. So I'd say use a podcast website, but the problem with that is that it costs money for some reason, mostly because they can't really monetize a podcast all that well. I'm getting really technical here because I tried to make a podcast on a podcast website, but then it turns out, oh wait, you have a 3-hour limit, and then you have to start paying us if you want to put more stuff here. And it really sucks. But yeah, best option, post a podcast for free on archive.org. That's where I post audio stuff occasionally. Works. Just make sure that if you're doing a podcast, make sure people have an option to take it with them wherever they go. Adapt, basically.
One thing I just wanted to add to that, and then I think the last little bit. Oh, I think okay, we got ambulances.
Someone get shot?
Possibly. That happens often around here. Can't wait to move. There's two quick things. One, I wanted to add to that. The advice that you have. Also, don't be afraid to be inspired by people. Don't copy them, but don't worry if you're influenced. Nobody's invented the voiceover. Nobody's invented skits or anything like that. And I find that some people approach bigger channels and they feel as though they've copied them and things like that. And I see that, and it's absurd.
I get that sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous because
I've done that sometimes when I existed before somebody, like, and I have to explain to them, no, I actually existed before this guy, so that's not. I'm sorry.
But either way, it's okay. The whole thing is that people influence each other, and it's good. And it's a positive thing. Come up with your own ideas, but don't be afraid to be influenced. And anyways, that's just my thing. Another thing I just want to add is Bones. That's part of the VHS store. Is absolutely in love with your fur, your glasses, and she has quite the crush on you. She thinks you're a handsome Wolfula. And that being said, and her embarrassment, let's take a look at the chat.
There's a dog barking in the background.
Probably.
I got it. Somebody's at the door. I'll be right back. I don't know what to say.
I'll talk to the crowd for just a moment. Okay, so Ghoulash is probably upsetting a dog. So everybody in the crowd right now, does anybody have any questions as he's coming back? I'm gonna do my best to keep up with it. And hi everybody. Hi Spooky. My girl Bones there. Hi, how you doing? Eric Death Twitch. Dino. Hi. Everybody else. Link Plays Games. Brandon White. Hey, how you doing? Let's see. Sorry, Dan Sun. I'm trying to list everybody here.
All right, I'm back.
Somebody wants, or Spooky wants to know what your dog's name is. Oh, sorry. And Luke, the moderator, thank you very much, from Confused Reviews. Please check him out. He's a lot of fun, and he's someone that's growing slowly, and he's really, really good and a lot of fun. I recommend checking him out. He's going to do really well as he continues. He's really Link Plays Games. Hello. Yeah, somebody Spooky wanted to know. Spooky Astronauts, another channel. Check her out. She's a lot of fun. Usually condensed videos. Sometimes she travels the world and does a lot of crazy shit. She's really, really busy, and they're awesome videos as well. She wanted to know what the dog's name was in the background.
Oh, its name is Aloysius. There's all kinds of background noise now. I'm really pissed off.
Your dog's name is Aloysius?
Oh, yeah.
I'm naming my dog I'm not kidding. Ask Bones. She's in the crowd here. What's the dog's name?
Aloysius.
No, I'm naming my dog Alucard, but I'm just going to call him Alu for short. But anyways.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it's a little guy. I want to get a little guy, and I'm going to call him Alu for Alucard. Obviously, you know where that comes from.
No, I don't. What is it?
Alucard.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Come on. I was like, come on. No way. You know way more than I do about this stuff. Alu, yeah. Isaiah Vargas, Dr. Wolfula and Pat, please notice me. We see ya, and thanks for dropping by. We really appreciate it. Dr. Wolfula, are you going to review any more Friday the 13th movies?
Yeah. Maybe during October. But yeah, definitely. I mean, there's still 3 left. 3 left. Oh, God. Oh, man. That's kind of crazy because there's already a lot of them. Oh, man. Insane. I was going to actually I was going to make a month where I do all 4 of the first films, but then it ended up taking way longer, and I ended up just doing the first 2. So that was kind of a bummer, and I didn't want to keep doing the next 2 so soon. I've been dealing with it forever. Whatever.
Isaiah said he can't wait for our reviews. Just a little mention. Not that this is about me. This is, but HMRG is still going. But this is the VHS store. It's me and Bones there. It's our thing. So the focus is primarily on this, but there will be lots of that coming out. Sean O'Brien also thanks Brian Gatto and everybody that helped launch the VHS store. I'd like to also say a special thank you, and to Dr. Wolfula, who sat down. And I don't know how you got it done, but what you're looking at the VHS store. My profile pic was provided by the good doctor here, and he did a great job capturing it. And as a little tribute to Horror Movie Review Guy, there's a little tribute in there, which was a nice touch to what I did in the past. Lee Hoffman, could you please do a review of the film Hollow Man?
Oh, are you talking to me?
Yeah, it's from Lee Hoffman.
Man. Another Kevin Bacon movie. I don't know. I've never seen Hollow Man. I just think it's kind of a funny title for a movie about an invisible guy. He's not hollow. He's see-through. Why didn't they just call it See-Through Man? That's a lot. That's a lot cooler and scarier than Hollow Man. I don't know what they were thinking. But I don't know. I don't have a lot of interest seeing it, but maybe. I don't know. I'm not so into questions where they ask me if I'm going to review a movie, because the answer is not that interesting. It's always maybe, or sometimes, rarely, it's definitely not. But usually it's maybe, and it's not that interesting.
Also, yeah, there's a lot of people here that played a big part. Spooky Astronauts with announcing it, Eric from the Death Twitch, yourself, and everybody. Also, I wanted to mention the Johnny Fox Show. He chipped in. Sean, I just want to take this chance while everybody's here to thank everybody. Been a little back this summer, but thanks a lot. But anyways, let's get back to this. Are you just okay? Well, Sam Haynes Slasher wants to know: are you just an insane student in a costume, film student?
I think in a roundabout way, we're all insane film students in a costume. Think about that, Sam Haynes Slasher. Next time you ask questions.
That'll be a brain teaser. Let's see. What's your favorite Leatherface mask by Jed Sawyer?
Oh yeah, I'd have to say, yeah, definitely the first one when he shows up. The other ones in the movie, the first movie, they're not really all that cool looking. Yeah, I wouldn't want to wear them as much as the first, because the second mask he wears is a grandma mask, and the third mask is covered in makeup. Yeah, no, not my thing. That first mask though, that's pretty good. All the other masks don't look all that realistic to me in the other movies, so I'm not so into them.
Okay, let's see. We'll keep going. There's about 17 to 20 minutes or so left in the show. Let's see. So I'm just going. Oh, Sean, I apologize if I mess this up. Sean Paleo, Dr. Wolfula, What are your thoughts on It Follows? And that was capital letters, so that definitely got the attention. What are your thoughts on It Follows?
Believe it or not, I still have not seen It Follows because I'm intending to make a video about it, but I never got around to it. I still need to see it. I still need to make a video about it. And hopefully it won't be too, I might make it sooner than later, definitely. But yeah, I haven't seen it. Sorry.
James Beltran wants to know if you've ever wanted to quit.
If I've ever wanted to quit, like smoking or something, sure, but I can't live without my smokes, man. Like, asking me to quit smoking is like asking me to quit life. That's I'm not gonna quit life either. Just
So, let's take that as a no. No quit. The kid reviewer, Dr. Wolfula, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the Suicide Squad?
Oh, I'm gonna save that for the video. I'm sorry, I'm gonna save that for the video. I'm gonna keep it a little surprise for you because I might have some surprising thoughts on Suicide Squad that you don't expect because the video is pretty soon. Like I just need to edit the audio, put in the video clips, and then it's done. And then hopefully it'll be done by tomorrow or Monday, just soon. Okay, it's gonna be soon, so just don't worry about it at this point.
And then just from, because I got a please answer with a smile, Andreas Dominguez, I guess is really, really hoping that you do a Texas Chainsaw Massacre of '74 and 2003. I'd say just leave it on your channel as a message. It will get read probably and taken in the head,
So they're wondering if I'll make a video about those.
Yeah, he's really, really hoping that you do a video on.
I've been meaning to. It's just I want to be really. Because I can do the 2003 one whenever I feel like it. It's just I'm not that interested in talking about the 2000 because it's not that interesting of a movie. It's kind of just it. The only thing you can really say is Arlie Ermy is kind of cool in that movie. That's pretty. That's all you can. And Jessica Biel, she's attractive. There's that, and that's all you can really say. And at one point, there's rain, and she's wearing a tank top. All right.
Yeah,
But the original film. Oh wait, go ahead.
I was gonna agree with you, but then I decided not to because Bones is here and there won't be an episode 3. Elvis, I'm just teasing. Elvis Rosado, what do you think of excessive violence or suspense? Cough, cough, Rob Zombie.
Excessive violence and what was the other thing?
I gotta scroll back up. Excessive violence. Excessive horror violence
or suspense.
I don't think you can be.
I don't know how you can have excessive suspense, but excessive
violence
or violence is okay as long as it's interesting or it makes you think or like it's got to be kind of cool. Like I don't know. To me, it's not all that great when it's just a guy hitting a guy over and over again. It can be, but if it's nothing but that, if it doesn't, if it's not built up, if it's just like I don't know, I have mixed feelings. I see some good violence, but at the same time, I don't want to just watch a movie that's violence and people saying fucking shit every other word. Like, I want something a little more engaging than that. Well,
we have the most self-deprecating name I've seen, Justin the Useless, wants to know what qualities make up a great horror film in your opinion.
Oh man, well, it's hard. You can't really say it, but I think the best experience watching a horror movie is small group or by yourself. Don't go to me. Don't go to the movie theaters unless it's like weeks after it's been out and like nobody's going in the theater. Because to me, it's the worst thing possible if you go to a horror movie and people are chatting up, people are making little jokes, especially if it's a movie you look forward to. It sucks. Like. All the horror movies I watched in theaters, like it's just ruined by the audience. Like I don't want to deal with that. So yeah, but elements of a horror movie, it's like saying elements of a good movie. It's just it's you just don't want it to suck. That's it. Like it just depends. Like it's kind of a hard question to answer.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, it's kind of a, I don't know. There's a lot of things that go into movies that just little nuanced things. I think it's just kind of hard to narrow down. But you're right about the theater thing. Don't go when it first comes out. It's just nuts. The Unsuspecting Golden Spider, which is an awesome name and probably takes a long time to type in when you want to sign in. Thoughts on superhero movies? I'll give you my thoughts if you do want to follow on my show. But thoughts on superhero movies? I take kind of a back and forth. I have my strong opinions about them. What do you think about superhero movies in general? I'm a little tired of seeing Thor fight some CGI thing myself, but whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely with the Marvel movies, it feels like sometimes they're just making some of the movies just because they need to explain what the characters are up to. Like, I don't know if anyone's really that interested in a movie like where Thor is the main character. I don't like. I mean, he's kind of interesting in the Avengers movies, but I don't understand seeing a Thor movie. Like, why would you do that? That's not. I don't understand that. But yeah, I mean, if it's a character I've never heard of, like if it's a new character, that's always kind of fun.
Yeah,
Marvel's been doing that lately. If it's especially if it's an offbeat character, like they're doing a Doctor Strange movie, like he's not really a superhero. He's like a necromancer, or not a necromancer. He's like some kind of magic guy, okay? And he has like inception powers or whatever. That's pretty cool. Never seen that before. So it's nice because if it's just comic book movies in general, like it's kind of great when it's something you haven't really seen before. Like, problem is we've just been. I mean, I can only see Iron Man do his thing so many times. Like before, I'm just saying, yeah. How about we just keep him in the Avengers movies where and I think it's becoming that where the movies are becoming much more. Where the main Avengers characters are like not even in, they don't even get their own lone movies. Like they have to share it with a bunch of other characters because I guess people are like me where they're just not that interested in seeing Iron Man dealing with something by himself anymore. Like it's just not, like they want to see the new characters, you know?
Yeah, I agree, and I just find they're a little bit too over the top and untrue to the comics, and they're not particularly for me. Well, except for I don't care what anybody says. I love the Nolan trilogy. Let's see. I'm just flipping through. What? Fly Sinner. Dr. Wolfula, do you want to read my Oprah fan fiction on 4chan? I wouldn't recommend going to layer 2 dark web stuff. So we'll skip that question, but noted.
I mean, I'll read it, but I'm not going to read it on the air. Like, no, I'm going to read it when I'm very comfortable. When I'm going to read it, it's going to be like a bedtime story for me. I'm going to have Ghoulash read it to me. You know, there's something about his voice that soothes me to sleep.
Yeah, it's let's see. Oh, we were at 69 subscribers, and someone noticed. So we see where their heads are at. I love it. Let's see. Oh, sorry. We'll get to Link plays games and reacts. So I gotta scroll up to catch back up. Hey, Link, what's up? He's watched HMRG and now the VHS Store. So thanks a lot, man. Dr. Wolfula, what is your favorite version of the Joker, and how is Meredith doing?
What is my favorite version of the Joker? I guess because Mark Hamill is like the main thing to me, but if we're going by live action movies, probably have to say maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I have to kind of say Heath Ledger. Yeah, which is kind of it's kind of the safe thing, kind of boring, but yeah, like Jack Nicholson is great, but his Joker doesn't have a whole lot going for him, like psychologically. He's just kind of fun to watch. Like he just wants people to look at him. That's pretty much it. Like he just wants attention, which isn't all that interesting of a motivation, but you know.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep scrolling down here. If I get this wrong, sorry. Denise Charleston. All right, that's actually pretty simple. Charleston. Dr. Wolfula, have you seen? Oh, keep scrolling up. Keep scrolling up. Stop scrolling up. There we go. Okay. Dr. Wolfula, have you seen the movie A Clockwork Orange, and if so, what are your thoughts on it?
What are my thoughts on Clockwork Orange?
Yeah, with McDowell.
I mean, it's very complicated talking about a fucking Stanley Kubrick movie and not sounding dumb or something, but it's a great film. I love it.
To recommend, just outside the interview for a second, again, formerly the Little Monster Movies podcast, they did a whole thing on it. It's on their channel, and it's really in depth and really great perspective.
Sounds good.
Really great perspective on it. I'm not bypassing some people on purpose. I'm just trying to get to as many different people as possible in the chat here. Just to try to, let's see, Sir Caps Lock. Sir Caps Lock. How did you come up with the Wolfula character? Well, he didn't. Wolfula just is, I believe.
I mean, well, that's a strange character because we're all kind of characters. We're not exactly who we are in our private lives. I'm not. I've made it clear that I appreciate a good episode of MASH, some Scooby-Doo. I've let that slip. But yeah, I might be more into that stuff than I let on. I might be even more into that stuff than I let on. Maybe like underneath my cloak, there's like a hoodie sweatshirt of Scooby-Doo, and under that is a MASH t-shirt. Little combination. Like maybe I'm not some ghoulish crypt keeper like character. Maybe I'm just some guy who happens to be a horrible monster that enjoys watching children's television and also thinking deeply about the Korean War.
By the way, I got some VHS stuff that has I don't know. I got to show you Dr. Wolfula before because I have no idea what this stuff is, but it's Scooby-Doo stuff that I don't even. Somebody recorded this stuff, and I don't even know what it is. It's like a creepypasta story. It's weird. I don't even it's the island, whatever. What is it? Zombie Island. I heard of that, but it's got other weird stuff on it, and I don't know when the hell it was recorded. Let's see. AOP Black Death. Dr. Wolfula, what are your thoughts on The Purge?
I haven't seen The Purge, but I do think it's. I don't know. I mean, it's a little iffy for me. I don't know because it's basically the government saying, yeah, you can kill whoever you want on this one day, but I don't know how that fixes anything. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. But
I guess it plays off that old I've heard a few people say from time to time, if everything was legal for just one day, that kind of thought.
Yeah, I mean, I guess but I don't know. I'd have to see the film. I just heard it was dumb. I don't know. I don't usually watch a lot of the mainstream horror stuff like The Purge or anything like that. I don't know, but maybe I'll watch it. I guess I should start review because usually I just make videos about old horror movies, stuff I really like or stuff I really hated for years. But then again, I don't usually go I don't usually search for movies that I feel like I'm not going to be all that interested in, like The Purge. But maybe people want to hear what I think about The Purge. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch The Purge. I don't know why they call it The Purge. When I think of The Purge, I think of a teenage girl forcing herself to vomit in order to become thin.
Jesus. Oh, man. Tony,
oh, yeah, I'd just like to mention, someone mentioned Reanimator. Today is H.P. Lovecraft's birthday. So happy birthday, HP.
Happy
little
birthday,
shout out
HP.
to my friend HP. Oh, boy.
HP, if you're up there watching, whatever.
If you're somewhere watching, some kind of cosmic land beyond our comprehension, I hope you're smiling down upon us, or not necessarily down upon us, because you could be anywhere, but you know what I'm talking about, HP. You know what I'm talking about. Oh man, choking on this Pop-Tart.
we're gonna wrap this up pretty soon, and I just gonna have kind of a thank you to everybody. But just to cap off, let's see if we have anybody I haven't got to quite yet. If there's anybody I missed, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get to as many people as possible. I think I see something that we could end off with really quick. And yes, somebody mentioned all the channels that are in here right now are awesome. That is true. Dr. Wolfula, Late Horror Show, That Horror Show Entertainment, Confused Reviews, Spooky Astronauts. I'm gonna miss too many people, so I'm not gonna keep going. But everybody there, and they're terrific people, and they're awesome channels. It's a lot of fun. Dr. Wolfula is awesome as well.
They really want to know if I've ever met Dracula. Okay, I'll answer that. I mean, that could be one of the things.
Did somebody ask that? Oh yeah. All right, there you go.
They keep asking me, have I met Dracula? Actually, that could just be the same guy over and over again.
Well,
but he really wants to know if I met Dracula, and he's really trying to get it in there. And the answer is yes, I met Dracula, and that's all I'm going to say. No, actually, I could say a little bit more. Let's just say, he's not the suave motherfucker you're used to. He's not like that at all. Like, if you've ever read the book, he's like not a cool guy. He is immortal, but he looks like a 50-year-old man. Like, he's always a 50-year-old man. He has a mustache. He's got white hair. He's an old guy, and he has all these wives that are way too young for him. He's kind of like a not so. He's kind of like a what's the name of that? He's kind of like the Playboy Hugh Hefner. He's kind of like Hugh Hefner, but with a goofy cape and a mustache and really bad breath. Like, it's horrendous. Like, God, he's not a cool guy. He's not impressive, but he had a huge impact on horror, I suppose. But goddamn, like, they sanitized him to hell. They made him have to be some kind of sexy dude. Like, he's not like that at all. He has a British accent, like, and it's not a cool British accent. It's kind of like a Cockney accent. It's like, hello, everybody. I'm gonna bite your necks now, and it's just really not something anybody wants to hear. And I gotta drink some water because I am choking on this Pop-Tart. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna tag the last two and then thank everybody for coming out. But Dan Sun's been putting this up. I have seen it. So we're just gonna take these last two questions and then wrap up here because we're about a minute over. But thanks for everybody for coming out. Dan Sun, Dr. Wolfula, do you like Red Letter Media? I'm not really sure what that means. So Red Letter Media.
Oh, it's a YouTube channel. Yeah, well, I watched it back in the day. I don't really watch it that much anymore, mostly because I don't have much time to watch YouTube videos. But yeah, I enjoy their videos. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
And
that's all I can say.
I think that we're gonna wrap it up here. There's one last question, I guess, just about horror, our favorite slashers. Even though it's the VHS store, there's lots of slash movies coming up, which Bones has not seen. It's the reaction part of it that's a load of fun. But former horror movie review guy here. All right, our favorite slashers. I'll roll down Freddy, Jason, Pinhead, and pass it on to who they want to hear from the most, and that's Dr. Wolfula.
All right, well, my 5 favorite or just favorite in general?
I'm not sure. They didn't really specify.
All right, well, I'd like to just preface this by apologizing for eating Pop-Tarts during this interview. I thought I could do it discreetly, but I don't think I did it all. But the Pop-Tarts are gone. I've murdered them with my teeth and my stomach. But anyway, my favorite horror icons, Michael Myers, of course. Freddy Krueger, he's in there. Frankenstein. Oh boy, well, not Frankenstein. Frankenstein's monster. Not so much Wolfman. Yeah, I'm not feeling Wolfman. Okay, there's something about him. I don't like he always kind of stealing my swagger. Okay, so not Wolfman. I like that Herbert West guy. He's kind of like a Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein kind of guy.
Tony Suspiria just said Dr. Wolfula for president, and actually that is a good choice at this point. But anyway,
no, I thought you were going to mention this, but yeah, I'm actually I know it's kind of late for this to mention this, but yeah, I'm gonna put my gonna put my hat in the. I don't even know if that's an expression. Put my hat in the race. No, that's not an expression at all. But I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run for president.
I think it's hat in the pile. Is it hat in the pile or hat in the? I forget what that expression was.
It's like, I mean, what are your options? Hillary or fucking Trump? Like, of course. Like, once I put myself in there, like, that's going to be the only option. Like, Dr. Wolfula, President Dr. Wolfula. And it's not going to be President Wolfula. They're going to put the doctor in there because, to me, being a doctor is just as good as being a president. I want people to know that I'm a smart guy, but I'm also the leader. All right? So, yeah, just want to make that clear.
Well, I'm not an American citizen, but you got my support.
I mean, neither am I, but who says you have to, like, I'm sure there's some kind of computer shit I can mess with, rig the election, possibly, I don't know. You know, things happen. Things happen, especially things involving new presidents.
And then I think
that happen to be Dr. Wolfula.
and I'm certain that Ghoulash, Armored Guardian, was just saying Ghoulash for vice president. I don't know if you'd pick him.
I mean, nobody cares about the vice president, so yeah, I'll give it to him. Whatever. I actually, when I created him, I said, if I ever become president, I'm going to treat you poorly, but you get to be my vice president. And he kind of smiled after he heard that. So, you know, I think he'd appreciate that. You know, I'm going to give him that much. So, Ghoulash Wolfula 2016. Get ready, America. It's going to be something else.
And I apologize to anybody that I didn't get to in the chat. It's pretty busy, but I want to thank Dr. Wolfula for stopping by. This was awesome. It was awesome when we first hooked up, and this was really a lot of fun. Please subscribe to Dr. Wolfula. You probably already have, but if by chance you haven't, it's awesome stuff. So check it out. Thanks for stopping by because you've obviously brought attention to this channel. Hey, we exist. And I hope you check us out too. And I'd like to thank everybody for coming out on, well, I guess we gave about 24 hours notice and then a final kind of push at the end. But thanks for the questions and everything like that. And I don't know, is there anything that you want to leave us with on a last note there, Doc?
Just keep watching our channels, watching every video faithfully. We'll keep making them, you know? I can guarantee that. I got a video, you know, I guess, I mean, I was to say it's the usual bullshit, you know, I got videos. But also, I'm trying to do some more social media stuff, trying to get my name out there. So I started doing Instagram, which is something for teenage girls, I know, but you know, something fun. I'm planning on making promos on Vine because to me, I like making promos, but putting them on a channel, it's kind of not so great. But on Vine, it's 6 seconds. So I can make something in 6 seconds. That'd be kind of fun. So
you can pump a lot
anytime you're like on a social media website, basically just look up Dr. Wolfula as it's spelled, no spaces, just Dr. Wolfula. Maybe I'm there. That's what I can say. In fact, I'm on PS4 or whatever as Dr. Wolfula. It's all Dr. Wolfula all around. Just so you know, but it's such a shitty way to end this. Like, follow me on Instagram.
Okay. Well, no, thanks so much for coming out, and this is a lot of fun. And yeah, definitely subscribe to Dr. Wolfula and all the channels mentioned tonight if you love horror stuff or film stuff in general. And I hope you check us out as well. It's my channel as well as my girl Bones, Maggie. She's in the videos. As well. We honestly do them because we have a lot of fun, and that's why we continuously make them. And we really do appreciate everybody coming out and all the questions and things like that. And the fact that you watch our videos, it's really rewarding, and it's what makes us get up and build VHS sets in our room and layers and things like that, because it's a load of fun. So thanks everybody for coming out. I really appreciate Dr. Wolfula coming out. We love making you guys videos. thanks for popping by. And stay tuned because we have lots coming up, and Doc has October. So check out all that, and as well, I guess the Facebook social media stuff, I guess VHS Store, Dr. Wolfula, Horror Town, all that stuff. And I guess that's all the plugs. But thanks so much for coming out. This is a lot of fun, and we both really appreciate bringing you videos. And again, thanks, Doc, and we'll catch you on here.
All right, see you later, everybody. Thanks.
Bye-bye. Take care.